What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, His Excellency, Turki al-Sheikh, he strikes again. Turki al-Sheikh, we know, decided to pull the plug on the Canelo-Terrence Crawford fight September 13th at Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas Raiders Stadium in Las Vegas, due to the fact that Canelo Alvarez was trying to do a side deal outside of his 3-fight deal with Turki al-Sheikh in Riyadh season to fight YouTube sensation turned professional boxer Jake Paul May 3rd. Turki al-Sheikh wasn't happy with it. And so with that said, instead of getting the 2 Hall of Fame iconic fighters, first ballot Hall of Famers, in Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez in September, Turki al-Sheikh decided, I'll find a new super fight for Terrence Crawford, and we'll take the deal off the table for Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez then decides, nope, he and his team pick up the phone. They have a conversation with Turki al-Sheikh, and Turki al-Sheikh and Canelo come to a 4-fight deal that's going to cancel the Jake Paul fight May 3rd, Las Vegas at the T-Mobile, and is now going to see Canelo Alvarez possibly face William Skull, the IBF undefeated Puerto Rican champion at 168, May in Riyadh season, or possibly somebody else. But Canelo wants that belt. And then the super fight with Terrence Crawford in September is back on. So it was a Debbie Downer. It was deflating yesterday when we got the news that it was going to be canceled. And Canelo's team, they stated that, well, if he ain't fighting Terrence Crawford, then they're going to look to fight William Skull in September, which is there's no money for it. Told you guys, right? The budget is just simply not there for that. For him to fight who he wants, when he wants, on his terms. Not going to happen. So the 62 win, 2 losses, 2 draw, 39 win by way of knockout, Canelo Alvarez decided, you know what? Let me just go ahead, cancel that fight with Jake Paul. All in a matter of 48 hours. As I always tell you. Now you have these other dudes tell you, oh, Blue always say subject to change. As I always tell you, everything in the sport of boxing is subject to change. Everything in the sport of boxing is subject to change. And guess what? In 48 hours, we had the fight announced for September, then the fight canceled for September, and now the 3-fight deal turned into a 4-fight deal and back on in September. Because of what? Everything in the sport of boxing is subject to change. And with that said, Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford responds. Canelo Alvarez says, let's get it, brother. Terrence Crawford says, can't wait to shock the world in September. I'm waiting on Canelo. September 13th, I'm going to shock the world. And now it's back on. And he's going to have 2 fights with them in 2026. Possibly if he loses to Terrence Crawford, a rematch with Terrence Crawford and another fight. Or if he loses, maybe he goes in a different direction. But they got the deal done. But as I tell you guys, and I'll say it again and I can't stop saying it, because boxing is flaky. That's the reason why I tell you guys, everything in the sport of boxing is subject to change. His Excellency Turki al-Sheikh is not playing games. He ain't trying to do sideshow fights. Just not trying to do it. So they was going to have Canelo at 200 pounds versus Jake Paul. Guy canceled. Now the fight is back on in September. As I told you guys. Massive amount of money was offered to Canelo Alvarez. And now Turki made him an offer he cannot refuse. So it looks like we're going to get Canelo versus William Skull for that IBF title. That'll make him a 2-time undisputed champion May 3rd. Now, initially, he was supposed to fight May 3rd in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile. The PBC, Premier Boxing Champion, they still had the T-Mobile on hold. I told you guys, Mayweather Promotions and Richard Schaefer were negotiating on the part of Canelo Alvarez to get a deal done. PBC was going to be involved, right? And it was supposed to be on Amazon. Then it was said that it could be on Netflix. Well, guess what? PBC still got the T-Mobile for May 3rd on hold. And Canelo just announced that he fighting Riyadh season May 3rd. Now, maybe Turki Al-Sheikh works with the PBC. Maybe he brings Riyadh season to the United States once again, and they just use the T-Mobile Arena. Makes sense. Makes sense. Right? Because Turkey is working with the PBC anyway. You're working with Top Rank, Golden Boy, Matchroom. Just go ahead and partner up and get a deal done. That's it. That's all. Make it happen. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out, man. But if he gonna fight William Skull, it needs to be in Vegas. But they want to roll the red carpet out for Canelo Alvarez as well. They could do it in Vegas, but let's see how this unfolds and plays out, man. But it's interesting, right? But I told you, everything's subject to change. And that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.